we got a qualifying match.
We got our first qualifying match of the evening, and the best qualifying match of the evening, if I do say so myself, as well as like none of the other brackets are quite ready for their qualifying match. So this is the first one available, and we're gonna be in it. And the winner of this match plays no more games today. The winner of this match takes home the bacon. And ladies and gentlemen, we are currently in game 1 of the best of 3 series. Even though it's a qualifier, it is still not a best of 5. Or is it? Confirmation line?
It's a best of three. Best of 3, yeah.
Best of 3? That's kind of messed up, but it is a best of 3 in the final qualifying match here today. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Exxon Gaming player currently representing Mexico. It is the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, the animal, the chupacabra, the campeón, the man himself. It's Cham.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the European Protoss player, the Red Protoss, hailing from the land of the Netherlands, as well as representing Team Liquid. It is Harstem.
Harstem, yeah. Hopefully that guy loses, but I don't know, man. EUNA meeting up, of course, in an NA tournament.
yeah, it's a matchup that we almost never get to see, right? Harstem versus Cham. Again, the Harstem, he's considered a much stronger player than MaxPax, you know, an overall more macro oriented Protoss player. And I'm curious to see, you know, how's he going to do against someone like Cham. Again, Cham has a unique style, a very unique style, and Uthermal struggled against that yesterday.
Yeah, that unique style might come into play here against another EUer. EU, more like PU.
Oh boy, the bias is starting to come out.
Yeah, you know. No bias, no bias.
Oh boy. Oh, okay, here we go. I already love this. Harstem, he's opening up Stargate. We are on Romanticide, a more macro-oriented map. Are we finally going to be able to see triple Stargate play? Do we want to see that? Do we want to see Cham go up against that?
As long as Harstem didn't see that Nidus Queen play, then it should be good.
Oh boy.
I don't know how cocky he is. How much is he streaming himself? Maybe he's streaming himself and didn't spend time, you know, actually watching Cham play on the stream.
It's possible.
Streamception.
Yeah. I did check. I don't think Harstem is streaming his POV. It's possible he is. He just isn't listed on the TL calendar website.
Because if you stream your POV, I think it's fine as long as you have a delay. I don't know if you have to be a caster for that.
Yeah. You just have to have a delay.
Yeah. So he could be streaming, but I'm not gonna check Twitch right now because this game is too intense. We got 2 queens already out, 4 Cham in the front lines. Third base has gone down, and nothing crazy. Actually, a stalker coming out first from Harstem. A little risky here, given that he already has the air out, so defense would be pretty simple from an Overlord. But the Overlord's already at the back of the base for Cham, and Cham's gonna be able to sneak in when he wants.
Yeah, he already did go in and he already saw the Stargate opening. Pretty interesting that Harstem didn't go for a Void Ray first. So far, we do have double Oracles on the way. We'll see if he decides to go for more, triple Oracle, or even meme it up. Meanwhile, you know, Cham, he's poking and prodding.
Is he going for it? Wow, a 4-minute base. What is going on with these European Protosses?
They can get away with it. With Good Sim City and with these adepts, these Lings shouldn't be able to get a denial unless Cham commits harder to the Lings. Oh, he's going triple Oracle.
That's crazy.
Oh, I love this. You know who does this a lot? Darkness.
Who?
Darkness.
Ooh,
this
really?
is how Darkness plays out the PvZs when, you know, back when we were casting.
I mean, I would say Cham should be well versed in this then. I mean, it can do some initial damage because you're like, wait, a third one, and then By that time, you lost like 6 or 7 workers and a queen. But 3 oracles is pretty expensive for just 6 or 7 workers. It's going to come down to Cham's defense after. But we all know Cham goes for some pretty heavy static defense against opening air.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
He's kind of throwing away a lot of lings at this, though.
Yeah, he invested, like, he made another extra wave of lings as well, and it wasn't really ideal. The queen does go down. And this is the power of multiple oracles. Like, you can tank shots. Like, if you have good enough micro, like, you pull one back, you know, the spore doesn't target fire, and you can just dive in, kill a queen, kill workers.
But now we got the Roach Warren and the Lair coming up at the exact same time, +1. Cham's going to go into Roaches here. No wall off, surprisingly, so he's not scared of anything out there. These oracles just sharking around.
Exactly, just waiting for an opportunity to dive in, just like so. They kill 2, back off as soon as they lose their shields, and then just getting ready to dive back in.
Not bad, but not good. And Cham, he's feeling confident. He's taking all of his gases at this point. Oh, God, you madman, you madman. Oh, 2 workers, not bad.
Okay, only 2 workers. Meanwhile, almost lost his oracles when he dove in, but Cham was ready with his queen. And what's exciting, mate, we got an infestation pit on the way.
Cham's not too bad. I called it. I think we're gonna get the swarm host because Cham is super strong with the swarm host play, but he hasn't gone for it at all this tournament. And you know, I feel like it fares better against Protoss or a turtle mech. And he hasn't gone against Turtle Mech, but Protoss for sure. Oh my God, 7 Swarm Hosts! I love it.
Yeah, 7 Swarm Hosts on the way.
I've been waiting.
Yeah, this
I've been waiting for this.
This is what we expected from him, and especially against Harstem, because MaxFax, because he's a much more aggressive player, it's so much more risky to go for something like this. But against Harstem, we were talking about it. Cham must be so much more comfortable playing against a more macro-oriented Protoss player.
Yeah, and he's wasting all his energy onto these queens here, and that's just what Cham wants. No Nidus from Cham. As I've said before, Cham. Actually, I didn't say it, I guess, on this stream yet. He just waddles them across the map.
Yeah.
And I don't particularly like this in this game, just because, you know, if you could get a Nidus up right there behind that mineral line, or you can sneak some Niduses in good places, get in and get out, but it's hard to spread your creep here, especially with all these wall offs. But if Cham slowly clears all these wall offs, ooh, this is going to be bad. The army's going to push in, and you got to see it with the observer, I'm sorry. And
Harstem, he is aware of those swarm hosts. Ooh, doesn't manage to get one, but he does waste the Locust Wave.
Oh, but the Lings are going to come in and surround the army and force the fight out of Harstem. I don't know if he wants to fight this. Just scrap the Zealots and call it a day. He should use those Locusts to hit that brick wall over there.
Again, what's important is that, again, the Locusts were forced to land, which means they are off cooldown at the moment. Harstem has more time to breathe. He's making more and more Archons to help deal with them. Oh, God.
Queen March.
Ooh, that's 3 free swarm hosts.
3 free swarm hosts for sure. Oh no, things are falling apart for Cham here. He didn't expect Harstem to come out offensively, I don't think, and there's a few roaches on the way, but Cham way overextended here.
Yeah, definitely. We do have the Locust Wave resetting once again, so he is able to push away the army of Harstem. But the problem is that these Locust Waves so far, they haven't done anything.
Yeah, they've killed a couple of Zealots, and that's about it. He should just attack that wall.
Yeah, we do have a massive Ling counter-attack, but there is some stack defense here. Harstem is not too far away from his third to defend it.
I wish Cham got a Nidus, because that Overlord in the top corner of the map could have just dropped a Nidus in there.
He could have. And Harstem, he catches the Swarm Host. Oof.
So I'm not going to lie, I'm enjoying these facts here from Thorn, saying that Cham is pretty good and that Harstem has never actually beaten MaxPax in a game.
Oh.
And MaxPax is allegedly higher ranked on the League according to Thorn, higher ranked than Harstem.
Oh, nice. It is, of course, important to note that they do play differently from each other. And at the moment, again, like these swarm hosts from Cham just haven't been able to do much. He's lost a lot of them already. Harstem is expanding though, so maybe there's an opportunity here for Cham to really utilize these swarm hosts to try and punish this fourth.
Yeah, and now I think Cham is in a comfortable position. He's got 4 bases set up. He can grab himself a 5th pretty soon here. He's taking out these walls. Now he has the Roach, Ravager, Ling, and soon to be Ling 24 Banelings. Are you kidding me? Baneling, Swarm Host. This is ridiculous. If he gets his Swarm Host up in that corner, in between the mineral line and that base, which is I guess the average 3rd base, he's gonna do some damage.
Yeah.
If he's on that side of the mineral line over there and goes in with Roach, Ling, Bane, he's gonna push Harstem all the way back home, and then he's gonna have to drop a a Swarm Host wave on his opponent, and it's gonna hit him hard.
Yeah, what's important is that the fourth was already denied. At the same time, there was 11 drones that went down to a Zealot run by, but if Cham is able to keep Harstem on 3 bases.
He even staggered his Locust Wave so that a storm wouldn't end them all, and he actually did some pretty good damage there, but Harstem is trying his best, throwing down Stasis Wards, throwing down Storms, getting Archons, doing everything to get enough splash to hold off against these units, and actually getting some pretty good Zealot run-bys behind this.
Exactly.
Something maybe Max actually lacking.
Yeah, he just keeps coming in with these Zealots, keep forcing the army of Cham back home to defend. 6 more drones go down at the same time, more Zealots into the main.
Ooh. Yeah, big oof, and Cham is,
oh
my god, all of them go down. And now Cham is kind of losing his footing here. This is not a good position for Cham at all.
Oh, Jesus, that was an expensive loss. To be fair, Cham has a decent bank, and he will be able to remake his army remax. Oh my god, the War Prism!
Oh my god, no! The War Prism pickoff, that's huge, but all those Swarm Holes going down is bad, and I think Cham now needs to re-strategize, because you can't remake that many Swarm Holes. It doesn't make sense. He's going to save 2 of them, which is cool, but that's really just a bunch of extra supply for just a few waves every once in a while. He's got to go into something heavier here, which we've seen a lot of times. I always talk about it. Sarah loves it. Mass Baneling and Roach Ravager. That can cause all the damage, but I think Cham needs to go into a hive tech here or something.
Exactly, that's what I was about to say. That like he lost all his Swarm Hosts and he's just remaking Ling Bane Roach Ravager, which I don't think is necessarily ideal. It doesn't scale that well into the late game. There are plenty of storms and GG gets called.
Damn, just like that. Game 1 going to Harstem, but Cham, you can't count that guy out. He has came back from worse.
Yeah, definitely. GG, Harstem takes game number 1, and Cham, he was trying to be, he's trying to do Cham things going into those Swarm Hosts, but at the end of the day, I don't think they ever got any value. They were kind of wasted a lot on the army. Harstem did a really good job at baiting them out, at catching the Swarm Hosts out on the map when they didn't have any Locusts available to them, and he just completely shut them down.
Yeah. And it's funny, even in the in-game chat, Harstem was like, may the luckiest man win. I think he knows this is kind of a toss-up. Like, they're both really good. I would honestly almost say they're kind of evenly matched up here. If I'm just looking at the APM, obviously it doesn't matter. But with the Corrosive Biles, Cham had 396 APM, Harstem had 350. And they both had some spammable abilities there. But, that just shows it's pretty evenly matched here. So I'm a little worried for Cham, but also after seeing how he's beaten Euthermal, how he beat Max Pax, I see him maybe surprising us here and winning it all. Could you imagine if this is how Cham qualifies? He's beaten some good players today.
Yeah.
But it's not like he had to meet up with any of like the guaranteed scariest players. I'm not looking at the bracket currently, but I mean, if you had to play like Nice or Vanya, that might get pretty darn scary. Bly or Mana, those would also be very scary.
Yeah, I would say that Harstem is probably the biggest name here, to be honest. Like, especially because the other Europeans did already qualify in previous days.
Yeah, I'm
really curious to see how Cham is going to approach game number 2.
You think Harstem's scarier over like Bly or Mana? Well, maybe Mana. I think Bly is pretty scary though.
I would rate Harstem over Mana. Bly is a different beast.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's scarier for different reasons. That's
true. Different reasons. He's not scary like just a straight up natural scary player.
It's not like he's not scary like a Raynor or a Cero, right? Like.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy. All right, here we go. We're getting ready for game number 2. And again, like Cham, he's not opposed to go for like these big 2-base all-ins. He may decide to go for one this game. He could whip out, the Nidus.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We saw the Storm Post and they didn't work. Don't go for it again.
Yeah.
I think he needs to do the Nidus Queen Ling all-in.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like when I say Nidus, I don't mean Swarm Host, but anyway,
I thought you meant Swarm Host. Wait, I thought you meant go for Nidus with the Swarm Host this time.
Nah, wait, Cham doesn't do that. What are you, crazy? But we'll see. We'll see what he decides to go for here. As again, this is a best of 5. It's not. Sorry, best of 3. It's not a best of 5.
Yeah, if it was a best of 5, I don't know. I feel like maybe a better chance for Cham in a best of 3. He's only got to win 2.
True.
But speaking of the man whose name I just said, he's here. He's ready. He's representing Mexico and Team Exxon Gaming. He's in the bottom left-hand corner with the blue bug player pieces. He is the man we are all counting on to bring it back and represent Mexico by qualifying Special. He's not Mexican anymore. He's Korean. So this is the last Mexican left alive in the entire qualifier. It is Cham.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the European Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing the land of Netherlands and Team Liquid. It is Harstem.
I feel like Team Liquid rigged the entire thing. Team Liquid StarLeague. Somehow Team Liquid players are doing good.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
what if Harstem just cannon rushed?
You say that like Kellizer hasn't made it through. He's also on Team Liquid, right? Like
he's still the rookie. You know, they're still putting him through ringer. I'm just barely missed that speed zone, which is kind of unfortunate. I always make sure to go through it.
It's one of those things where if Team Liquid suspiciously invited all of their players straight into the main event, it's like, whoa.
Yeah. We can't just invite our players. We gotta put them in the qualifier with air quotes.
Yeah, with the totally not rigged brackets, right? Like,
yeah. The seeding won't favor them at all. We're just gonna put Harstem against Cham in the finals. But Harstem's actually pretty good, and I'm excited to see what he's gonna do.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Cham's gonna do, right? Is he going to play a longer macro game? Does he have something else in store for us? You know, does he have something like a Nidus or like a fast Lair, fast Mutas, fast Roaches? There's a lot that he can do.
God, Harstem's just his harass was so on point. We saw Max Packs lose because he went for constant disruptors and never morphed in Zealots. He never got Zealot speed. Yeah. Never went for multi-pronged drops. It was just, I got this one War Prism and I got these 2 disruptors and I'm just going to come back every time I got a disruptor shot. It did not much, but Harstem, he had Zealots in the main, Zealots in the third, Zealots at the fourth, while at the same time going out for a push and attacking the un-Nidus wormed swarm host, and he got nuts. I'd like to see Cham switch it up here. Yeah,
Harstem was all over the place in game number 1, and yeah, again, Cham was struggling a little bit to keep up, but we'll see if things turn out a little bit differently here. Cham already going for that Overlord Scout once again, seeing the Stargate.
Oh, yeah.
And Harstem, you know, we'll see if he goes for the triple Oracle once again, or if he decides to, you know, switch into a Void Ray after the first Oracle.
Yeah, there's actually no Overlords here, so maybe he doesn't need the Void Ray. Triple Oracle might be the play. Maybe that's why he goes for Oracle. Yeah,
true. Like, if you look at Cham, like, he doesn't have any other Overlord across the map. It was just that one.
Yeah. So what's going to come out next? Second Oracle here. Big question is what's after that? Third Oracle. He sees the Lings, but he doesn't bring the Oracle back for that. Cham knows he can't commit here. Harstem going to take that fast third again.
Yeah, Cham's trying to deny it. Trying to micro against the Adepts.
Going in the main. Get denied by some Queens.
Yeah, it doesn't quite get in. There are plenty of Queens to defend, so the Oracle does get pushed away.
That shield got taken out pretty early without any damage. He's going to have to hang around till his other... third Oracle coming out.
Yep. Same build so far by Harstem.
Yeah, Cham... Is he going to go for the Roach Horn and the Lair here at the same time?
We'll see. So far, you know, he's just droning up, you know, being pretty greedy, as most Zergs are, you know, just relying on Queens and Spores for now.
Yeah. The funniest thing is when a Protoss sees 2 Queens and some static defense anti-air, a Spore Crawler, they don't ever jump on that mineral line.
They don't until the third Oracle joins in. We'll see.
Yeah, third Oracle shows up. Now I don't know what happens. Does he decide to jump on that when there's... Ooh. Okay. He's going to go for the Queen. There's no transfuses. Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh my god.
20. Oh my god, the Bane bust from Cham.
Yep.
Wait, no. This might be.
It's a bit, mate.
Look
at the links, mate. There's a lot of links. You're right. It could be the Nidus. We have the lair. It's going to be finishing up quite soon. It did get scattered though by Harstem.
Yeah, he scouted the Bane, but he's got to be thinking like a Bane bust or something. There's no Evo chambers though, so that's a little tricky there. If I was, the Ling's gonna get spotted.
Yeah, the Lings they get. Mate, that's a huge tell. Seeing all those things, obviously you want to be using that for something, but I think maybe because Cham got spotted, he's throwing down some tech.
Hydra Den and 1 Evo chamber. Maybe he's going for fast lurker play.
Yeah.
Cham's busting out something different here for sure, which is what he needed to do. I just hope it's the right answer.
Yeah. I do think that obviously Cham, he was intentionally hiding his things, and he had an initial plan, but because he got scattered, he's like, okay, I'm gonna just switch from here. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna expand. I'm gonna throw down some tech, and I'm not gonna like risk like this big all-in or big attack.
Yeah, it's always rough when you go for a big mass army to go for an attack and then it kind of gets shut down, or you don't go for it. Now you have a bunch of Lings hanging out there, which is good for defense, but Harstem's not attacking. So now you just got Lings sitting there and a missed opportunity on getting a whole bunch of drones out.
Oh, yeah. He could have had like already 80 workers by now, you know, and just droning up on 4 bases. And you know what?
Wow. He kept the queen alive.
Yeah, he kept the queen alive, but Harstem, he dove in and he sees all the tech once again.
Yeah, but he doesn't really get any damage with these 3 oracles. Vision's cool, but he could have done that with the hallucinated phoenix.
Yeah, definitely. So these oracles, they haven't really been able to deal too much, right? I think they killed maybe 1 queen. Like, if you look at the worker kills, like, they've barely got any at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. They did pretty much nothing, but also Harstem has lost nothing at all this game.
Yeah, literally nothing.
It's on 0 losses. And he hasn't even canceled anything, hasn't lost a single resource anywhere, and he's gonna try and push out here. He did have a little observer there in the middle of all of Cham's stuff, but it got taken out or moved back or something. And now a big push is coming. What does Cham have to defend? Storm is already on the way. 4 Banelings are being morphed in, +1 melee and range. Or melee. Oh no, not Cham again with the freezing.
No, Cham, please.
He says this happens often, but after that, he's fine.
Yeah, it does happen often, unfortunately. And what's happening right now is that oh god, this attack is happening, and Cham is going across the map. He has queens, Hydra's going across the map. He has Lings. Oh god, he turns around.
Yeah, and I guess in that lag, Cham lost 2 of his queens. That's so unfortunate. Look at this fight not going his way at all now. Losing a few workers. If he can hold on here, then he's in a great position.
Well, we'll see if he can. The Lings are going to try and wrap around. Oh, they run into a stasis.
Yeah, they run into a stasis, but there's honestly a lot of Hydra here, so maybe he can't. But that was funny. Cham being a funny sport, and he's like, what happened to my 2 queens in the lag? Yeah. And then Harstem's like, they went to Queen Heaven.
They went all the way to Queen.
This is nice. He's going for drops.
Yeah, we do see he is going for a Baneling drop. He is expanding as well. He was able to defend, which is the most important thing. Oh my god. Oh,
stasis back up, Cham. You've been stasis.
Stop. Turn around.
Yeah, stop going forward. You're only going to find more pain.
Oh,
to make sure Harstem went home, so after the stasis wears off. But Harstem didn't see that other base to the north of Cham, so okay.
Go, Cham, go.
Yeah, with Cham.
Oh, okay, decent. Wait,
You got nothing with the first one. The second one, however, does get 12. That is not bad. And now Cham is up 86 workers to 68. I am at the edge of my seat. I am nervous. Hydra speed is coming up. 25 Banelings are being morphed in. 5 Overlords are coming up. Cham is almost at supply block, so he does need those. Banelings are going to take out all of these. Oh god, Storm's here. He needs to be careful.
Oh god, he does need to be careful. Does
surround.
Oh, he's trying to get for the surround. Overcharge gets used.
Overcharge gets taken out. Oh my god, the Banelings reach the High Templar. There's only 1 left with 1 Storm available, but Cham does not have a very huge army here to take all this out, but neither does Harstem. And if Cham goes home right now, I think he's, oh my god, 22 workers went down.
God, massive Zealot run by 22 workers go down, an entire mineral line go down, and Cham loses that worker lead.
Wow, I didn't see the 22 workers going down. That is very rough. and that completely changes the tides of the game. Harstem is now up by a lot of workers.
More zealots in the main base. This time, Cham will be able to push it away, and now Cham, he has to kind of try and macro up from here. He did deal some decent damage earlier, but yeah, he needs some time to breathe.
Cham normally has a whole bunch of static defense out, and maybe it got taken out. Maybe he never set it up, but I think with the Hydras, he was like, oh, he can't possibly do more harass with his War Prism, but that's exactly what Harstem's doing.
Exactly, just like game number 1. Meanwhile, we do have a bit of a bailing run by being set up. It's actually right next to the Zealots that are also being set up.
Oh, man, poor Cham. Now he's leaving some Hydras at home, but that was such a big loss, and Harstem's just sitting at home, macroing up and sending Zealots off to each and every base.
Yeah, it looks like Cham is getting ready or trying to set up for another attack. I like this. Finally, we have an infestation pit on the way, so Cham is looking to tech on up. But, I mean, this army is just so scary for Harstem. He's just getting more High Templar, banking up more storms.
Yeah, Cham caught up in workers. He's only up by 5 workers, though. I don't think that's the answer here. He turned it around into an Archon. Yeah, there's just such a good composition from Harstem here, and Cham's really trying. Oh, barely missing the Zealots over there.
Barely. And now there's nothing here to defend if the Zealots commit, but they actually turn around.
Lings aren't what you want against Zealots and Archons. I'm really surprised Cham hasn't done anything else, like lurkers or anything of the sort.
I was about to say, he desperately needs lurkers. Like, this is a really heavy ground-based composition from Harstem. You need, like, an anchor point. If you're Cham, you need a couple of lurkers. Otherwise, there's nothing to really stop Harstem from just moving forward and storming everything.
We never really see Cham go for Hydras. We said it earlier, and, you know, I figured there was a reason for it because it's not too good.
Yeah, and what's scary is that now Harstem has bought enough time. He's comfortable enough. He's throwing down the fleet beacon. He's throwing down more stargates. He's getting ready to go into carriers.
I wish this was best of 5.
Oh, feels bad, man. Like, there is now Cham is on a timer. He is going for the Spire. He's going for the Hive, so he's working towards that anti-air, like anti-Skytoss army. Can he get there, though? That's the question.
He's down workers and has a huge bang, but this is what you need to do as a Zerg. You need a multi-prong harass, hit both sides of the economy at the same time. If you lose on one end, you back up and get out of there. And he lost on both ends. He's backing up on both sides.
Exactly. The Zealots
cleaned up. Hydras are going to go down. That's so huge.
Yeah, all the Hydras are going to go down to the Zealots. Meanwhile, the Storms are pushing the main army back as well.
Okay, I think Cham's going to stay alive here a little bit longer. He saved a handful of the Hydras there. His creep spread is not doing too hot. He is trying to secure another base, but the ship is coming up.
Oh God, the ship is coming. Of all things, Harstem prioritizes the mothership over the carriers. It is on the way. And I mean, Cham, to be fair, Spire is done. Hive is about to be completed as well, so he has an opportunity to get Vipers out, to get some Corruptors out as well. And with that, he's gonna fare, you know, a little bit better. But I feel like, you know, his upgrades are lacking. He's still only on +2 melee. Doesn't even have, okay, yeah, it doesn't even have +2 range. +1 is only just starting. Oh God.
This is not what I wanted to see today.
Oh boy. And Cham is going straight into Greater Spire?
That's not a bad choice.
I would say that the problem is that Cham doesn't know about the fleet beacon. He doesn't know that, like, you know, carriers are on the way. Like, I would say Greater Spire is not what you need right now.
Maybe it works. It'll force him to go Corruptors, which would be a good counter. Like, he's gonna get Corruptors out too, going to Greater Spire, and then it'll be revealed. Oh, come on, you got the Lings right there, Cham. 13 workers go down right in his face.
Yeah, 13 workers do go down. Meanwhile, Cham was trying to apply pressure over here on the left-hand side, but he did get pushed away as well. Harstem really showing off, playing like stats right now, so defensive, barely like breaking on either side like this entire game.
Yeah, I really just feel like Cham's playing a composition he's not really good with. We've never seen him go Hydra, Ling, Bane into Greater Spire against a Protoss, and I mean, why would you? That doesn't seem to ever work.
Oh boy. Oh God, there's nothing.
Hydras are only usually called in when you know your opponent's going mass air.
Yeah, exactly. Like, going this composition isn't bad, but we mentioned it earlier, right? Like, if you go for this, you need lurkers, you know? Otherwise, the ground army is just going to push on forward, which is what we've just been seeing this entire game. Yeah. Now the Zealots are all over. Like, imagine a couple of lurkers on both sides just to defend against this, you know? Like, that helps so much.
And now Cham lost two of his newest, freshest bases. He is morphing in like 6 Broodlords just got morphed in, which is going to help him on the defense, but Harstem is already way far crazy on the economy. He's switching into the air. There's Vipers here, which are good, but Broodlords are too slow to defend every base. Cham lost his last 2 brand new mining bases, and with that, his economy shot. Harstem has more workers, which you never want as a as a Zerg, and unfortunately, this is looking very dicey for my boy Cham. Look at that. Look at that. That's GG.
Yep, exactly. He made all these Broodlords. He actually turned all his Corruptors into Broodlords, so they're all just gonna die because there's no anti-air for the carriers. They're being backed off. Meanwhile, the Hydras are coming desperately to try and keep them alive. We have 15 Corruptors on the way.
And that's his real last mining base. So that's definitely gonna go down. And that's rip to Cham, man. I feel really bad here.
Yeah, the feedbacks as well. GG gets called.
You know, Cham still has a chance, though, in the lower bracket, so, I mean, I guess there's that to look forward to.
Yeah, congratulations. Harstem is the very first player to qualify for TSL number 6 through the second NA qualifier. And as you said, you know, don't fret too much if you are a fan of Cham. This is double elimination. You know, he does get knocked down to the lower bracket.